Okay. So, hi everyone. Hope you're doing well. I think this is like our second meeting since we are moved from just being part of Chaos Africa, but to the global Chaos community. So we are pretty much learning on the go, so to say. And we're looking forward to having you all come around with us. It's good that you have folks from different parts of Africa. I know you have Nigeria, Cameroon, and Kenya. I'm not sure if okay, I think that's one thing I'm also going to discuss today, which I think is will be our first thing. Um okay, I'll just close this part. Yep, which will be our first thing. So I think for our agenda is okay. Where is my cursor is no okay, it's now working. Now working. Sorry. I think my cursor was misbehaving. Yep. And then so official, I think you meant official group meetup time, right, Toria?
Yes, I
If
did.
I'm
I think there's a typo. Sorry about that.
No problem. I think I'll just bring up our document for the goals for this year. I know it's probably very much buried inside, but I'll definitely find it. Um, Chaos Africa. I know it might still be labeled as Chaos Africa. Chaos Africa. Did you send it as our calendar? I know we had it somewhere. Disability. Is it? Yeah, let me try and find it. Yes, here it is. We had like our strategic plan for this year. I'll also drop it in the chat section. I think we did this when we were getting started. Let me get that. Oh yeah, I know most of the things we managed, most of them we didn't manage, but not really we didn't manage. It was a learning opportunity for all of us. So I just want for it to finish loading so I can share it with all of you. Uh, okay, it's taking longer than expected. Okay, it's here. Most of us should have edit access, and actually anyone with the link should be able to edit because it's shared only internally. And now I want to come and drop it here. No, not okay. Where is my okay. Here it is. Perfect. So I just want to see what did we do, what did we not manage to do, and what are we planning to do next? So I don't want that to break to calm down. But yes, so we had plans for different quarters, and I know we're currently in quarter four. So we had plans for the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Um, I know we had for this first quarter, we really did well. Because we did we do this podcast, Toria, with Harmony? Is Harmony here?
Yes, we did a podcast with Harmony. Myself, the one I did with you, right? And
Oh,
which
yep,
one?
yep. So we did the podcast with Harmony, and I know we
Yeah.
had the open source and accessibility webinar. This was tentative, was supposed to happen around March. I think, oh,
Yeah.
did we get this to happen?
Accessibility open source webinar.
Yes, I
No.
remember this
Yes.
webinar. I actually remember about this webinar, and I think that's also one of the things we can discuss. This webinar we are supposed to do like it was that time when Ruth Ikega was doing webinars with the whole Chaos community. I think was it it was during the GitHub Code Spaces time. And then you were like, oh, what if you also come and do a webinar about accessibility to the whole of the Chaos Africa group? So that the whole community is aware about what you're doing and access. And apart from just it being like a non-technical session, we do it as a technical session. I think that was the idea, right?
Yes, it was supposed to be, but I don't know if we did that.
No, we were not able to. I think
Yeah.
I'm just going to I can have emojis insert and then it's under symbols. So under emoji. So if it's done, we'll just stick with that. And then if it's not done, we will just also tick with that. Let me come here, emoji, and then search for done. And then we'll have this. So the green one is for one that happened, and then the other one is one that did not happen. So we were also able to do this. Let me copy this and copy this so they're in my clipboard history and I don't have to worry. So we also had our strategic planning. That's where we were able to come up with, that's how we were able to come up with that. And then in April, we had nothing planned. This outreach for PWDs in open source, we did it, but we did it in Lagos, not in Nairobi. Let me do Windows V, and then that happened. And then Oscar Fest and CHAOSScon. Did we do anything? I know this was a very difficult time for me. I was not that much active
Yes, we
around
did.
Oscar
We
Fest.
hosted a panel session where we invited the person with disability as one of the speakers, and then we had people with disabilities I'm stuttering, sorry. People with disabilities in attendance. So I think we can check that out. We tried our best to
Oh, yeah.
participate properly in the Chaos Con and
Okay,
Oscar.
that's nice. I think we can okay, this is very nice. Next year we'll be looking to actually participate in more. In July we had nothing planned, and then for this outreach program, we were supposed to look around the JangoCon, but I don't think this was possible for us because JangoCon happened the same time as Oscar Fest, which was, I think it was around the same time, which was difficult for us to be able to run these. And then now we're also not able to run these Preptember workshops, and we are now at Hacktoberfest season. So I don't know if we have anything planned, and this is something you can now discuss. Or I remember like one thing we also did last year with Hacktoberfest is we did not actually do anything during, like, I'm talking about Oscar Nairobi. We did not actually do anything during Hacktoberfest because it was hard to find a time that works. Each event in Kenya this time, we have like 7 events happening. So if you host an event, it's like you're diverting attendees. So where are your attendees going to go? So it was very hard. So for this Hacktoberfest, we can probably think of something like even post Hacktoberfest. Like even one webinar post Hacktoberfest can do, but that's something we can now talk about this time round. Post hack yeah, post Hacktoberfest ideas so that we can see if we can have that. And then documentary lounge, this idea came about, I think, when I was speaking at different conferences and even when I was speaking to Ruthie Keka, is probably we need to put ourselves out there and put why we need to have like a special disability inclusion working group. But again, it's so hard for us to do this if we do not have numbers backing up. It will just be plain us defending ourselves probably in most of these channels. We've probably seen other channels being sunsetted, like the community managers channel and all that. So if you want to do this, the idea was, even when I joined the global DI meeting, they were like, okay, are we going to what's the plan out of this? Like, are we going to get a report? Are we going to get a research paper? Are we going to get a documentary? Like, just something to show what we've been doing, the impact we've had, and everything. So, what we wanted this to do is to combine everything we've done since the year started with numbers and receipts and like impact we've done and what is our plan for next year, like actions that you want, what we learned, what we did well, what we did not do well, and our actions for next year, which is why we had this documentary launch around this point. And then after that, it's probably just vacations and nothing much. Yep. So, I think that's it. I don't know. I'll pause at this point and see if you have any questions around our goals that we had for last year, and see if before I proceed, because I know I can talk. Sure.
No, it's pretty
Anyone maybe
clear.
Oh, okay. What about you, Winnie? I actually love to hear from everyone before I proceed.
Yeah, the goals are clear, and I'm happy that we have a couple of things that we've checked off.
Yeah. Me too, me too. I know you might have joined us midway, Ariane, but we would still love to hear from you. Now, maybe from you, we would love to hear like, oh, what can we do next year to make more impact and all this. Those are some of the things we would love to hear maybe. But if it's okay with you, maybe drop it in the chat section or just a thumbs up is also okay. 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 Perfect. So, um, given that, let's now talk about like what we would love to do for this part on how did we call that event? I'm trying to remember the event we did with Oscar and then we gave it actually happened after
Hi, Brian. I think your
Oktoberfest.
line is breaking up a bit. I don't know if it's just
Uh,
me.
Yeah, it's not just you. Brian is also breaking for me.
I want.
Okay. Hi, Brian. Your line is the internet from your end is breaking up a bit. I don't know if you can hear us. Hi, Brian.
Hi, am I
I said,
audible now?
yeah. So could you repeat the last thing you said? We lost communication from you for a bit.
Okay. What I just wanted to add was like okay. What we did previously with that I'm looking at what we called the event specific. Oh yeah, we called the event Beyond Hacktoberfest. So what I'm thinking maybe oh, let me reshare my screen just a sec and then share. What I'm thinking maybe what if we also host another Beyond Hacktoberfest? Like, because since maybe Hacktoberfest is almost coming to an end and trying to maybe spin up something within a week might be difficult. What we actually did with Oscar was something around Beyond Hacktoberfest. Like we can decide to pour our efforts into that and just host something, just one thing before we close the year and launch our documentary, like Beyond Hacktoberfest. That would mean at least for each quarter, we have managed to do something. What do you folks think? Like this can be as simple as just a technical webinar, a Beyond Hacktoberfest webinar, because I know the technical writing channel is hosting something around Hacktoberfest. So if we decide to do something, it might clash. But if now you let them finish and then have a Beyond Hacktoberfest series, that can also be technical and focused on persons with disability. We can even try and talk to a hub and see if we can get support to host the event, maybe there or something. That would be great.
I agree
I don't know.
with you. And to follow up on what you said, Elizabeth connected me with Joe from GAAD. GAAD is an accessibility. Hold on. Let me just share the link. It's Accessibility Awareness Day, but they are like people who manage it. So she was talking about maybe having like a collaboration. She suggested anyway, not like she was imposing or she suggested that we might have a collaboration, and I thought it was a great idea. So we can do a post Oktoberfest thinking of collaborating with them. It can be a webinar. It can be virtual. You can think of it either as virtual or in person, depending on what we plan, right? If we want it to be as quick as
Yeah.
possible, then it might have to be virtual because physical will need us to. I mean, we can still go around it anyway. We still have November and December to put that together before the end of the year. Right. So
Yeah.
either way, we can do virtual or in person. Then we can do a follow-up during the Global Accessibility Awareness Day. Right. So yeah, we can plan something around that.
Mm. Okay. Oh, okay. That's nice. That's nice. I'm happy to hear that. Hmm. Thinking is if we do it together with I don't know, is that JD? I'm not sure. When is that happening exactly?
No. Like the official GAD is in May, but we can collaborate to
Oh,
do like a post Oktoberfest, right? If we form like
mm,
a collaboration with them, a partnership with them, we can continue to
yeah.
link up to make disability and accessibility improvements in open source. Do you understand? With their help and collaboration in the future. But if we do this first
Yeah.
collaboration for the post October or beyond Oktoberfest, I think it would make sense. And I like the title Beyond Oktoberfest. It's catchy.
Yeah, exactly. I think we did this actually because it was so difficult to get like a time that works during Hacktoberfest. And the thing is with Hacktoberfest, I think even one of the things I'm learning, like what we could have done, I think when we made this strategic plan is make each person an owner of each of the things. So maybe if you're passionate about hosting, let's say doing podcasts, for example, if it's with her, maybe you enjoy being in videos or something, we could maybe put you in charge of that. That would make it easier so that the whole group does not feel a burden of doing everything, but yet no one is doing anything. So we feel like, okay, we need to host this, but now who is in charge? Like who are we? Who is our accountability partner for that, or who is accountable for that thing to happen? I think which we're going to do in our next year's strategic plan. That if it's a podcast, we know we are going for harmony for this to happen. If it's an outreach, we know it's Brian. If it's Hacktoberfest, we know it's Winnie. Or if it's documentary lounge, we know it's who is this? It's Ariane. Yeah. Ariane. I know you also had another new member. So yeah, but I think that's one thing we can all like if we do that, then probably most of the things would be checked off the box. So this is okay. I think I can come back to I don't know who can help me write the meeting notes, but I can switch back to that tab. Oops, hope I don't open. Oh more. I knew I'll open another tab. Jesus. Yep, there we go. Uh, okay. So I think for review of our goals, we agreed to have a virtual series of okay, let me this virtual series of technical workshops, around beyond Hacktoberfest. Oh, actually, beyond Hacktoberfest. Okay, one thing I'm thinking about this, let me just put a note on this. Brian, let me tag myself at Brian. Chat with see if Django might be interested in this, if DSF might be interested. interested in this. When I was at Jungle Africa, and I had a chat with Thibaud. I think Thibaud is the president for DSF. He mentioned that they're really trying to do a lot in the accessibility space at Django Software Foundation and probably Django itself. And it would be nice if we can have like Django, like what I'm going to do is have more reach and have more impact. Even if it's just partnership in terms, oh, okay, we're having a Beyond Hacktoberfest and some of our partners will be running workshop. Let's say we have a workshop on Django. So let's say one day is Django. This can run, let's say maybe from mid-November or something. Just each week we have two sessions, one on Django, one on something else, so that at least if DSF maybe can now support in terms of if the speakers are doing something and all that, that would be nice. I'll do chat with Thibaud and see if this is possible on their end. And if we can run a specific Django workshop. I know they already run like Django Girls and the other workshop, but in this case, if they are open to this, it would be nice. So I just added a note there, just in case. What am I thinking? I'll also talk to, where is this, at Brian, to also uh to also chat with hope I'm not silent. I feel like everyone is silent, so hope I did not leave the meeting. My internet is not shaky anymore.
No, we can hear you. You're still here.
Yeah, so I can also chat with GitHub to see if we can do a collaboration. Maybe they can send maybe and maybe we can have some stickers or GitHub teas to give away. Like for if someone completes something, we can give them some GitHub t-shirts or something. Okay, I think that's it on my end. I think this could also be a partnership with Oscar Nairobi. Sure. Yeah. Oscar Nairobi
Yes, please,
can be
because we
good.
want this webinar to run across. We don't want it to just be in one place. We want it to run across regions, which is the whole point, which was even the beginning, the first plan we had, right? So please include
Yeah.
Oscar Nairobi. If we can even reach out to another open source
Oh,
organization
I
to
know.
KMF.
So let me also add you at Victoria Ota. Victor. Yeah, yeah, at Victoria to chat. What's that program? Is it JAD? The one for accessibility,
GAAD.
Victoria, that you mentioned. Oh,
GAAD.
GAAD.
That G,
Uh,
not J.
oh, it's like that.
Yeah. Global
And then
accessibility awareness. Yeah,
that way.
D. Yeah.
Uh, and see if we can partner. All of this is if we have one day we have a Django workshop, have a specific another day is not stable. So I'll pause for a bit.
So how many days do we want this to run?
Okay. So let me pull up a doc that I have. Just a second. I know we can have it like that. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so pre-dev first. It should be GDG Nairobi. Let me check this and see. Okay, this is not it. Let me get that doc. It should be pre-dev first Nairobi. Nairobi. Let me see if I can get any doc. Yeah. Oh, we did a pre-Google. So what we did like previously with virtual events, and we're actually using StreamYard and live streaming on YouTube, is we had like specific dates. We had like 4 tracks. So in this case, if we have GitHub come in, we'll have it as 1 track. And then in that track, we can say, because this one's like, since it's a webinar, it runs from the evening around 7 p.m. East African time to 8 p.m. And in this session, we have like 2 speakers. Each of them does a 40 minutes technical session. And then I'm actually seeing your name here, Victoria. Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, I
Uh,
spoke last year. So
okay, superstar. Yep. So we have like such a thing, like just two, 1 hour, 1 hour. So you see, like this one is 7:05 to 8 p.m. and 8 to 8:50, and then wrap up. So we can either decide if we want it to be one day, it can be something like this, like just have 2 sessions, maybe one for Django, one for GitHub, have them run concurrently. Or if we have, let's say, a Django day specifically for Django, we do that one with like, let's say, 2 speakers or 1 speaker, and then you're done. And if you also have one, let's say for GitHub, we do that one. So maybe like 3 days. And you see, this one we used to do them. I'm not sure of the days. I think these ran for only like 1 week. Because this was on Wednesday, I think, and then this was on date, because this is date 24, this is date 21, and this is date 22. So it's like, is this the same week? But each day in the evening, you have different things. But we can structure it differently and maybe spread it out in every weekend, maybe like monthly. So it's more of like, how do we want it to go about? But it's just an idea I wanted to share with us on how we can have this webinar series. But I know it's very high level. We are just starting the discussion. So maybe once we have all these partners in, we can now see which way we are going.
so we also need
Yep.
to can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Toria.
Okay. So we also need to like plan the attendance, right? If this is going to be tailored to people with disabilities and people working with people with disabilities, we need to plan it in such a way that everyone gets to benefit, right? So it's not just a general talk. We have to put in cognizance the fact that people with disabilities who have not come across open source project or have not worked on any open source project before are going to be attending. So in that case, we would need to either add in description of the maybe email we're going to be sending to speakers, the invitation that they need to like be prioritize people with disabilities and people who do not know how to use GitHub at all, which is why I was actually excited that you were going to reach out to GitHub for a collaboration. So anybody that is going to come and talk about Git and GitHub, first of all, you assume that people who are listening to you do not know anything about Git, and if they are people who are blind users or deaf users, what is the simplest way to put out the information, right? Something like that. Because we do want them to actually actively start contributing after the program, right? I mean, we plan to have like a follow-up to reach out, but we do want them to actively start contributing. And I also wanted to add that it would be great if we look for a collaboration with people who cater for people with disabilities or people who work with people with disabilities so that we can get attendees across board. Yeah.
Now we are working globally. I can actually see if we can talk with the DISC committee to see if this can be like something Focus can participate in to bring in NumFocus. I know I can just talk about it to bring in NAM forecast. And the good thing is we have different communities, not specifically in Sub-Saharan Africa, but in Brazil that I had connections with at the summit last year, at the conference last year, actually, that we can also bring on board. I know some
That
in
have
Brazil, some
disabilities.
in
Yeah,
Spanish-speaking
yeah,
community. I do remember them, so I think we can also bring them on board.
yeah.
And
I
I'm also
agree. I think
thinking,
there were two on my team. If they will be available to come and maybe
yeah,
because it's one thing
I'm also thinking
to.
that, yes, please, you are saying something. Let me pause.
No, no, no. Please, I'm done actually.
Okay. We're also hosting this Impact Scholarship Program. It's a program for data folks interested in data science and AI. I'm one of the committee members for this year. So I think this could also be a nice thing if I can get the Pi Data team. It's happening in December. So it can, and we'll also have like the Discover Cookbook translation sprint happening around this time. So if non-focus comes in, it can be a way to also have more persons with disabilities actually contribute to like the Discover Cookbook more. And let's say that will also be a thing you can see if you get someone, let's say from Africa, to contribute to the translation of this book, let's say into Igbo or into Swahili or into Twi, that would be really nice. Because you have this sprint coming up. So I will definitely share this with Camila. I know I have a meeting with Camila this week. I will share this with the team, and then I'll definitely let you folks know on how NAM Focus Best can come in. And because I think we also have access to the executive director. She also joins our meetings apparently. So I can just chip in and see how other organizations at NAM Focus can also contribute to this apart from just our own. So yeah.
Great.
Ariane, I don't know if Winnie and Ariane have something. Maybe let me check the chat section to make sure we don't leave anyone out. Okay. I'm not seeing anything. Okay. Oh, sorry. I think it left here. So let me check the chat. +1, the idea would be great. DSF to run a Django workshop as in like a hands-on on Django. Yes, Ariane. This is like literally a hands-on thing. Like a hands-on session on Django. Let's say getting started to Django, maybe Django, just something around Django. And sure thing, attending or collaborating with more events will definitely increase both our impact and outreach. I agree with you. This is even something that you also want to do. And a fun fact about also collaborating, it saves on costs. Let's say, for example, I want to collaborate with Django Con Africa. That means I don't have to worry about the venue because now Django Con Africa comes with the venue. And then I also don't have to worry about feeding people because Django Con Africa comes with feeding people. Like it cuts costs on many things and helps you reach a broader audience and get even known better. So I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Yes. I'll talk to Sarah Abdurrahmani. I think there's actually a thread where both Tibet and Sarah are in. Accessibility in Django would be very nice as a workshop to run here. Thank you for this. Let me add this in the notes so that I don't miss it. To run a Django workshop. So at Ariane, I don't know if Ariane, you're already in this doc. Okay, I'm not seeing you. So I'll just mention you. Ariane. Ariane mentioned that Control V accessibility in Django will be a better talk. Will be a better talk. And added. Okay. That Sarah will be the best person for this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ariana, for this. Right. We would love to have more folks from from Cameroon join us actually in this working group. If maybe you're having any event, please share this. Actually, I think that's one of the things we can actually discuss today if you have time. But let me come back to the chat section and see if there's anything I missed. I don't think there's anything I missed. I'll hide that. Winnie, maybe, did I miss? Oh, yes, Winnie. Maybe did I miss anything from your end?
No, you didn't, Brian. I'm just observing.
Okay. Okay,
I
perfect.
took all the ideas so far.
Okay. Good. The official group meetup time. So that's the next thing that we should discuss. But then did you define how we are going to measure success from these goals? Still on the topic of our 2025% plans, like how are we going to measure success from these goals? I think that's one of the things I've learned about doing reports and doing everything for nonprofits, specifically what you're doing at the DISC committee. It's like you really need to tie that to like a specific thing, because when you're going to people who are going to support you, they'll need to see why are they going to support you. So I think one of the things we can have is maybe if you're measuring success through more folks contributing to open source, it doesn't mean that you have to actually join our Slack channel. But if we see joining our Slack channel is very difficult for people, what you can do, maybe what if you have an official WhatsApp group and then tie that to our Slack channel, so that for persons with disability, they even don't know about Slack. So they might not even open Slack. So if you're going to measure success through how many of them will join Slack, definitely you're not going to get any success. We are not going to see any success from it. Let's say that, okay, we have this unofficial WhatsApp group. This is not the place to get official stuff, but it's just a place where we can hope to get more of these onboarded to Slack as time moves by, bit by bit by bit, not all at once. Because I'm sure if you just created a QR code for joining WhatsApp when you had that outreach, probably we could have a touch point with all of our attendees. But now it's difficult, maybe to even get emails, to even get what and see, oh, we are hosting this Beyond Oktoberfest. Could you join? We are at the mercy of the hub that we had. And then another thing, maybe for this Beyond Oktoberfest, how are you going to measure success? Let's say if it's one member contributing to open source in one of the programs, or one member contributing to the translation sprint and all. I know this can be defined later, but that's one thing I wanted to share, which is, let me just say shift tab. I'll pause now and have Toria go ahead.
Yes, so in agreement with what you said about communication medium, if we can even add that as a topic in the webinar, it will be amazing. You know, some of these topics are seen as they are infinitesimal, like they don't matter, but they're actually important because communication is like one of the building blocks to a successful contribution, especially here in open source. So if there can be a talk that centers on teaching people with disabilities how to access platforms like Slack, Discourse, and how to use them. I mean, it's one thing to be comfortable with using a platform that is convenient, and for people who are willing to learn and open to learning new things and wanting to be completely independent, it's another thing to learn a different platform, right? So if you can get a speaker who in the barest minimum will make it interesting and easy to understand how to move around Slack, because I think Slack is also an accessible platform, even though at first it seems complicated to use, right? It is an accessible platform to work in. When I talk about accessible, I mean for people with disabilities. Like if someone with disabilities on Slack, they can actually read the alt text of your voice notes, or use screen readers to understand what the message is saying. So if you can have maybe someone with disability who is also contributing in open source and has been using these platforms beforehand, to come and do it's good thing is going to be a workshop. Do like a practical session on how to use this platform. I feel like it's also going to make for a good topic in the coming webinar.
Okay. Perfect. I think I've added that here on what on the Beyond Hacktoberfest, and I think we'll definitely discuss that. So yep, I think so. Think about metrics we will measure. I think this even applies for when you're writing the report for end of this year. Like, what are some of the metrics we will communicate to all of our community members? And then another thing, I also think we can do we have an official blog, right, at CHAOSS. I know the only blog we probably did a blog around, let's say, around where is it? It's here.
2024, when we did the outreach program, I think that was the last blog we did that included the working group, I mean.
Yes, that was the last blog we did. But yeah, but you see the impact you had at Oscar Fest and CHAOSScon. Like what happened this year and what did we do this year as the inclusion working group that made CHAOSScon different or that made Oscar Fest different? Can you hear me?
Exactly. Yeah, I can hear you. I think we should write about that too, because it was so
Yes,
good
so that
that
can be a blog.
we got feedback. We got good feedback from the chaos team in general, and even people attending. So
Can talk about, like, that's also a platform of talking about what we do. So that when you have these discussions of, is our working group actually working, then we can show receipts. Yes, it's actually working. Because I know this is volunteer, but I think one of the things I'm learning this year is, even if it's volunteer, I'm going to give it my all. So I'll do it as if it's my work. So no problem. Talking about what we do better. So I think Toria and Winnie, are you open to picking up the blog and we can have our draft by the next meeting, so that in the next meeting, our action item is to review that draft? Because I know you folks were the ones who were at Oscar and CHAOSScon.
sure, we can.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay. I think, but first, are we allowed, do we have to submit like a blog request? Then it's approved, then we write? If that's the case, then I think because it would be bad if you write a blog and then we get there and then it's like, oh no, you can't publish this. Do we have to do that process of just notifying someone
Not
around chaos?
that I am aware of, but for clarity purposes, I'll reach out to Elizabeth and find out if it's okay, and then I'll give you feedback.
Okay, so let me add action items. I think we used to have action items, Abby, on this doc. Oh yeah, here they are. I was like, okay, probably. Let me add action items here so that in the next meeting, we are now reviewing that blog and publishing it immediately after that meeting. Action item. So at Victoria, I think at Victoria, where is it? At Victoria and at Winnie, to create a doc for the article around our impact at Oscar Fest. I don't know if did you do something at Oscar Fest or it's CHAOSScon alone? And CHAOSScon. So you can add the document here, or should I just create the doc now and then add you folks in that doc? But just add the doc there so that we can review it asynchronously. That would be better. And then, nope, I think this is it. Oh, I've missed Yiga. It's been a minute.
Yika
Okay.
doesn't work on Mondays, oh, that's another issue. It would be nice if she joins our meetings, but she doesn't work on Mondays. So
Oh,
I don't know how we're going to do.
like even at work, Like even at work, she's not working on Monday.
She's creating a healthy work environment for herself, and I love it for her. So she doesn't work on
Haibo.
Monday.
Godwin. Godwin. Hey, capitalism will
It's
never allow me.
good.
I will die of hunger in this house. Oh.
I mean, it's great. I love people that set boundaries. And if you do that, you're able to do better at your work. Because have you worked with Yiga? Yiga works like you do. So you should relate. I was just talking about the both of you on my status just now. Yiga is very thorough and documenting like you are, right? So Yiga puts her
Yeah.
all in putting things together. If you work with Yiga, you enjoy working, right? So because she gives her all, I think she deserves the break she gives herself. It will make her work
Oh, yeah.
better. I think I
I
like
mean,
it.
definitely. Like, I'm going to take a break from some of my communities next year, because my discipline, I focus on quality, and I feel like focusing on few of them will allow me to put in more, especially this our own working group. I'm going to be very active around it next year. Probably be yapping about it everywhere I go.
I'm happy for that, please. I am excited.
Yes, so. So I think for the official group time, meetup time, I think what you can do is let's set up a poll on WhatsApp. Not on WhatsApp, but on Slack. Again, which time zone? So what I would request, could you just go on Slack and then add your time zone so that we know everyone's time zone, or we can just drop it in this document so that we know which time zones we are working with. Time zones for meetings. Because like for me myself, I'm in EAT, and that's UTC plus, that's UTC, is it -3? I think mine is UTC -3. Yep. So if you can get all your time zones, and then now we can say, okay, working across, let's say 3 time zones. So which time actually works for all of us around that? And then also which day works for all of us. So that we can see, we can push our dates better. Because I know it's difficult for us to select a time without having, I know there's someone from Asia, right?
Yeah, someone from Asia, and I think it's either I think it's somewhere, maybe India, and it's currently like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. there. So it's going to be very difficult for them
Yeah.
to, yeah. See, no focus.
Okay.
Let me digress a bit. No focus has a Slack channel because I've not been able to keep up with Discord, man. I have not. See, this
Well,
only app I do not know how to keep up with.
yeah, we have a
Please
Slack
share
channel.
to
Do you want to
me.
join? But you are migrating to Zulip. Do you want me to share the invite link?
Yeah, please share it to me on WhatsApp. Thank you.
Okay, what I'll do, I'll just drop it here because it's actually a public
Okay.
public WhatsApp. And it's actually a public channel actually. Anyone can join and contribute in a focused project. I want to see, where do you invite someone? Okay, invite people and then copy invite link. Okay, so I'll just drop it here. Skip for now. And then drop it. Okay, drop it in the chat section. Yeah, we have a Slack channel, NAM Focus. But you are migrating to Zulip, but you don't have to worry about the migration. So long as you're on Slack, you'll be automatically migrated to Zulip. So you don't have to worry. Okay, it's not MAM Focus, but NAM Focus. Let me edit. So you'll automatically be migrated to Zulip. So no need to worry at all. I'll also drop it on your WhatsApp just in case you're not able to join while you're here.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to check if they're in the Slack channel. What you can do is actually, our action items can be to send a link, like to send a message in that chat, tagging them. Is it not McCleve? Oh, we've also missed Blessing in our calls.
Yeah.
Um, Wait. Is the other person here? Because I'm seeing we have 42 members. Is the person from India in the Slack channel? In this Slack channel
Yeah,
first.
I think she is.
What's their name, please?
uh, Is it Priya? I can't remember. I apologize in advance, but I don't know if that's the correct name.
I'm seeing we have a Priya, but they are not. Actually, we have several Priyas, but they are not in this channel.
Right. So I think because she saw the meeting invite in the group. So I don't know how she was able to see it through the group. So I think she's in the group. I can't really
Okay.
remember. Yeah.
Okay. No hala. So I
So,
think
but
that
we
would be
can
one of our
still.
action items. Could you
Sorry,
maybe
you
chat
wanted to
with
say
her?
something?
Yeah, could you maybe chat with her maybe and ask her what time zone are they in and which time? Because I know for us in Africa, we can easily find a time that works for us. It's very easy.
Yeah.
So actually the point of concern will be her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, um, I was going to say we can still join the community call and let people know about the time of the meeting after we've picked it, right? Just to get more
Mm.
people to come in, since we are now like targeting different regions or including different regions, we should let them know about it so that they are welcome to join, right? So I
Okay.
think with their contributions, we'll know how to plan our goals for next year.
Okay. I know I missed the previous meeting, but I can take it upon myself to join this next meeting. When is the next DEI meeting? I'm seeing this is
I think it's
uh-huh.
on Thursday,
Yeah, I'm
Wednesday.
seeing it's on
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Huh, it will be difficult for me to join. I have to be in this other call here. So is there anyone else who might be able to join it around 6 p.m.? But no problem. I can actually join it. I can actually push this meeting to start at 7. So I can actually be there. This one. Okay. I'll be there this time round.
Is this week Wednesday? Yes.
So I'll
Yes.
try and push this to actually can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right.
Though it's
Hello,
breaking up a little bit. I think your internet, but we can hear you.
beats, but yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think that's it. Do we have anything else to discuss apart from that? It's going to be the lead of the job test. So yeah, are you open to be like the lead for this?
Lead for what?
Like more of like our PM. Like you'll be making sure like, okay, Brian is handling this. You can actually maybe come up with a sheet,
Oh,
divide
sure,
roles,
sure.
tell us,
You mean for task?
Brian should, yeah?
Do you mean for task?
Yes, for tasks. Okay. Okay, let me share the idea I have. I might be saying it and assuming that all this. What I mean by, like, for example, if maybe you are let's say the PM or the lead for that event is like this. So this is like you come up with a master plan and then you say, how many attendees do we want? How many days do you want it to go? What's our target audience? And then all those details have it there. And then assign everyone a role. For example, in different teams, let's say you want me to be in charge of getting speakers, then let me know. Someone else to be in charge with communicating with the CHAOSS team to post on our socials, someone else to be in charge of, let's say, volunteers, or if you need to get to host it, who will be our host on Zoom and all those. And then maybe for the partners also, if we need someone to get us all the partners, DSF, GitHub, Django, and all those, we also document them so that it's easier for us to actually do what you're supposed to do. Because it's hard if nobody knows, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Are you open to that?
Oh, sure, sure. Do we have a
Okay.
date planned out for this?
Let's put a high level date. It's now 1 week to the end of October. What if we host it? Because I know we're also going to have like a lot of dev fests happening. So maybe having it on weekends might, but our audience is different. So maybe having it on weekends might mean personally I might not be available, or even you might not be available on Fridays or on Wednesdays. It might work.
Okay, so
But I'm thinking to get enough time to clear
November or in December?
no,
Wait,
November. Let's have it around late November. Like
we
let's say 17th to 22nd.
wait. November is also accessibility month, yeah. Are we having two programs in November then?
Oh, oh, actually, no, no. We can actually have this as our program. Or did we have another idea to run?
No, I don't think we have any.
Like,
I think this is where the collaboration with GAD would really like work out, since November is accessibility month.
yeah. Okay. 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 I think that can work. That can work. So I think we've agreed. Are we agreeing to have it on this second last week from 17th to 22nd, like as a tentative date?
Yeah, I think that should work. 17th to 22nd. I think that should work.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, given we do not have any other thing, I think then that's it. We have a tentative date. We will have Toria leading this, let's say, kind of project. So Toria is kind of maybe in charge of making sure you have beyond Hacktoberfest, and we are all here to help. But as a team, we are all helping and we are all trying to make sure this comes to life. I don't know if you have anything else that we want to discuss.
No, nothing.
Okay. Thank you. I think we also past time. So thank you everyone for joining and hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, unless you have any other business.
Thank you for hosting today's meeting. Thank you everyone for joining. I will see us in the group chat, in our DMs, and every other place before our next meeting. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.